In that case, actually, there is usually we do oxytocin drip or misoprostol for cervical ripening and here there is a role of amniotomy, that is surgical induction. কেন আমরা amniotomy করার রোল এখানে বেশি? কারণ আমরা তো জানি না, but there is actual condition of the amniotic fluid. Fetus is most of the time by ultrasonography and others cannot say everything. So we do amniotomy, we see the color of the amniotic fluid. So two advantages of the surgical induction. We see the color of the fluid, normal or not. If the baby is affected, there is obviously the change of the color of the amniotic fluid. If fetal distress, if incompatibility more, then color is changed, different color. So we see the color and there is also stimulation, local release of the prostaglandin. That is the one. And we can follow it by the oxytocin drip. This is on the induction. And when we do the cesarean section, এখানে দেখো তোমার আমরা যদি ইন্ডাকশন দেই any needed for the NTD before delivery, sometimes we can think that NTD better, or if you suspect there is that is plus what is this, that is a possibility of the by induction there is a long time and possibility of the fetal birth to the maternal birth. So in that case maybe we think of giving NTD, but most of the case not given. Anyway, so there is, but if there is more bleeding start, then we should give. Okay, now what are the criteria of the cesarean section? If there is, we suspect fetal distress or others of this presentation, transverse line, big size fetus is already affected, premature fetus কি আমরা ইন্ডাকশন দেই না, প্রিমেচুর fetus আমরা cesarean section করি, প্রিমেচুর, কারণ সে টলারেট করতে পারে না, এত লেবার পেন সে টলারেট করতে পারে না বাচ্চা। So these are the indication of the cesarean section. Okay, next what are the precautions during cesarean section? We must be alert about that blood group negative. So patient should before delivery should collect should contact with some blood donor, that is same group. And other is the NTD, about the NTD, there is a costly, so she should prepare the NTD vaccine. কখন দেব আমরা? বাচ্চা যখন কর্ড ব্লাড, আমরা কর্ড ব্লাড থেকে ব্লাড নিই, নিয়ে আমরা সাধারণত 5 ml নেওয়া হয়। দুইটা টেস্ট টিউব থাকে, একটা হলো অক্সালেটেড মানে অ্যান্টিকোয়াগুলেন্ট, আর একটা প্লেন টেস্ট টিউব। অক্সালেটেড ব্লাড, দ্যাট ইজ অ্যান্টিকোয়াগুলেন্ট ব্লাড। অক্সালেটেড ব্লাডে আমরা কি করতে পারি? আমরা হেমোগ্লোবিন এস্টিমেশন ফ্রম দ্য অক্সালেটেড ব্লাড, আর যেটা ওই প্লেন টেস্ট টিউব সেখানে আমরা কি করি, বাচ্চা ওখান থেকে ব্লাডটা ক্লটেড হয়, সিরাম বের হয়। সিরামের মধ্যে আমরা কি দেখি বলো? বিলিরুবিন, কুমস টেস্ট, এগুলা করি হলো ক্লটেড ব্লাড থেকে। তাহলে আমরা ডেলিভারি পরপর আমরা যে প্লাসেন্টাল যে কর্ড, সেই কর্ড ব্লাডটা কার ব্লাড? মায়ের না বাচ্চার ব্লাড। সো সেই ব্লাডটা আমরা spontaneously collect করবো, not like squeezing, just spontaneously we collect the blood through the 2 test tube and we do all the 5 investigation. That is blood group. Number 1 is blood group of the fetus, that is very very important. If only one test needed, that is blood group of the fetus, then hemoglobin, then serum bilirubin, then Coombs test, then reticulocyte. These are the 5 tests done from the cord blood. কেন এই ব্লাডগুলি কেন? আচ্ছা, from cord blood, that is oxalated test tube and plain test tube. From the clotted blood, and only hemoglobin estimation is needed from the, that is oxalated blood. And blood grouping, number 1 blood grouping, number 2 hemoglobin estimation, serum bilirubin, Coombs test and reticulocyte. Very more formation, erythroblastosis fetalis. You know the erythroblastosis fetalis? কি এটা? More formation of the immature blood cell. যদি বেশি বেশি immature blood cell থাকে, সেগুলা বাচ্চার জন্মের পরপর কি হয়? More rapid destruction, more hemolysis, If more hemolysis, there more formation of the reticulocyte and more formation of the, so immediately just after birth, jaundice, usually physiological jaundice and pathological jaundice. Physiological jaundice কতক্ষণের মধ্যে হয়? It takes some time, 3 days. বাচ্চার বেশি সবার বেশি ভাগে after 3 days. কিন্তু এখানে already pre-existing there is erythroblast formation and all are immunized, so there is within 24 hours যদি জন্ডিস হয় বাচ্চার, within 24 hours যদি জন্ডিস হয় তাহলে ধরে নিতে হবে যে from congenital affected, বাচ্চা is congenitally affected. সেই জন্য আমরা so baby is affected, that is called erythroblastosis fetalis. Within 24 hours by the incompatibility baby is affected and there is more formation of hyperbilirubin, and the critical hyperbilirubin more than 20 milligram per unit. So bilirubin কোথায় কি ডিপোজিশন হয়, that is the basal ganglion যদি হয় বেশি, হ্যাঁ তখন কি হতে পারে বাচ্চার, yes, kinecterus, epidural. So now how can we prevent the fetus affection? Already I told NTD, but after birth how you manage the fetus. So we see the investigation and we rapidly give the what we give. Neonatologist must be present during delivery, neonatologist. So neonatologist will manage the affected baby. Now you should know the management of hyperbilirubinemia, management of low hemoglobin and other pathology of the baby. So how can we correct the hemoglobin? How can we correct hyperbilirubinemia? There is a plasma exchange. There is also plasma exchange, and there is plasmapheresis. The plasmapheresis is the intrauterine life, and there is a exchange blood transfusion. You heard the name exchange? Exchange blood transfusion means the baby's blood is bad for her, not good. Yes, there is more bilirubin, less hemoglobin. So blood should be, if we replace this blood by the maternal blood, then baby will be better. So we exchange. Suppose we remove 100 ml, there is a procedure of the exchange of blood transfusion. 10 ml, suppose if you replace at first baby's blood, you can replace to the umbilical cord, there is umbilical vein and liver cannulation, and then there is a mechanism of the exchange transfusion. Some 10 ml blood you remove and maternal blood will be given. Suppose 15 ml given, 10 ml like this, all blood should be exchanged, not in a single day. It takes 2 to 3 days. So that is exchange blood. What are the other management of the hyperbilirubinemia? Suppose no facilities of the exchange blood transfusion and no need actually, not so much. Then phototherapy, the phototherapy? Phototherapy, I think there is pediatric class also. So the phototherapy, how it acts. It converts the unconjugated bilirubin to the conjugation form. So there is a role of the phototherapy and others also. What is the role of the phenobarbital? It calls induction of the liver enzyme. More formation of the phenobarbital causes more formation of the liver enzyme, and so liver enzyme is helpful for the conjugation of the bilirubin. Okay. So is there any role of antibiotics? For the parents, the manipulation is more and such, so there is a role of the antibiotics. Proper suitable antibiotics is given to the fetus. So this is the neonatal management. And for future pregnancy complication, mother just careful during delivery, during cesarean section, and immediately NTD if the baby is RS positive. These are the maternal precaution. Any other things? So these are up to this, I think. You can see the picture from the books. What about the breastfeeding? What about the breastfeeding? বাচ্চা মায়ের দুধ দিতে পারবে নাকি দিতে পারবে? পারবে. There is no contraindication of the breastfeeding. So fetus, you know that is another important point, that is NTD titer. In pregnancy, we should know the NTD titer of the mother, as it causes bad effects to the fetus. So NTD titer we can do. There are NTD titer, the indirect Coombs test to the mother. You know the 1:8. There is a ratio titer 1:8, then 1:16, and 1:32, like this. If usually it is variable. Usually baby is affected, fetus is affected when the ratio is more than 1:64. But maybe 1:32 also fetus may be affected. But the lab, it depends upon the lab calculation. Then if the ratio is more, usually they give NTD positive like this, but we should know the titer. If titer is more, the more chance of the fetal affection. So we should be careful about this. And Doppler study is also important for the fetal affection. Doppler study, you know what is Doppler? That is plus circulation to the fetus. Doppler, we do the Doppler study of the placental vessels, that is uterine artery, and then umbilical artery, cerebral artery. Cerebral artery of the fetus, what I understand, that is fetal hypoxia. If fetal hypoxia, then we can understand by the cerebral artery Doppler. Doppler study of the cerebral artery of the fetus. Okay? So Doppler study is important to know about the fetal monitoring. The fetus affected or not also we can understand. So antibody titer chondrosynthesis, and Doppler study. And ultrasonography, of course, ultrasonograph findings. That is we can do easily, but it is if the fetus is more affected, that only we can understand by the ultrasonogram. But before that, we can understand by the NTD titer and others like Doppler study like this. Okay, thank you.